Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Combat Sports UK YouTube channel. And it's an absolute delight to be joined today by the number 11 ranked UFC strawweight, Tabatha Baby Shark Ricci. Tabatha, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Starting my week. Everything's awesome.
Fantastic. Happy to hear it. I want to start with that nickname, Baby Shark. You've really taken the mantle of that. You bring little shark with you to the octagon and all photo opportunities. Where did that come from and how did that come about?
Well, first I didn't like much the nickname, but nickname is you don't pick. But I have a friend at the gym. He's a black belt and at my jiu-jitsu gym, and all the time when I come up for training, he's like, "Oh, Baby Shark is in the house." I think he called me that because I'm used to be the only girl, smallest one, training all the guys, going very hard. And then he called me Baby Shark.
That's amazing. I guess you could take it as a compliment, right? If you're being called a shark in a training room now.
Yeah, I really like it, and now I got very into sharks too. After that, swimming sharks, doing a lot of scuba dives. It's actually pretty fun. I really like them.
That's amazing. Yeah, you really have taken it to heart. You do a lot about your own personal brand. I see, going through the 805 beer company that you're involved with. Just talk a little bit about that and how important that is to you to build yourself outside of the organization as well as inside.
Well, I do have the 805, my sponsor. It's a local beer here in California, and I'm very excited to partner with them. Like, they're great people and they support me, the locals too. And being the first also MMA fighter be part of the brand, so it's pretty amazing for me. And seeing that I got in that level and have those people, those big companies support me is appreciate all that. Yeah, it's very important for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. And just on that as well, how did your story is really interesting, I find, ending up there in California and doing as well as you are. Can you just give us a little bit of background about how you got to be the number 11 UFC strawweight in the world?
Well, you want to know a little bit of my history?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I started in judo. My dad's a master in judo, so he put me in martial arts since I was a little girl. After that, I was doing pretty well, so I knew what I wanted to do. I always knew that I want to be in the martial arts. And started doing some Muay Thai, and then get a chance to fight MMA. So that's why I started Jiu-Jitsu, did my pro debut straight as pro when I was 18 in Brazil, doing pretty good. And then I had opportunity to go live in Japan. So I was in Japan for a year. Was there fighting too, like it's MMA with different rules, sumo arena, sambo gi, team versus team, no weight class. I got a lot of experience there, a lot of fights, and then I had a chance to come to US to fight big tournaments in Jiu-Jitsu, Pan Am's, World Champion. So I got 2 years just focused on my grappling, trying to get some medals on those tournaments and fight the best ones. And after that, back in it was COVID time, and then back to MMA, fighting for LFA. Did a couple fights in LFA, got an eyes in UFC, and got my chance to get in UFC fighting Manon Fiorot. I was in COVID time, so a lot of fights was getting pulled off. And I was covered someone in a weight class above. So that was my ticket to get in the UFC. That was always my dream to be there. And after that, start building my career in the 115. And here I am, 11 in the world, and on my way to get the belt.
Doing incredibly well, and I do hope that belt is on the horizon for you. Let's quickly just jump to that Japan experience. I mean, what led you to go to Japan, and what was your experience of the country overall? Totally different to Brazil, I imagine.
I love Japan. I actually miss Japan. I wish you could fight. I have a lot of friends in Japan who could fight UFC there. That would be great. I love the food. I don't think it's a place that will live forever. The culture is very different, but I love it. I had very good friends, great training, a lot of good experience. I actually got my black belt in judo in Japan. Wow. So I trained a lot judo over there. That was pretty fun. I actually learned English in Japan with my friend from Lithuania, Yulia Sorenko. She also fights in UFC. She taught me English. I lived with her and two girls from Nepal. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I grew up a lot there.
Yeah, it's quite the story, quite the experience.
Yeah.
So just before we dive into the UFC, you talked about the variation of martial arts that you studied. You know, if you had to pick one, which one would you kind of say is your favorite or that you most enjoyed learning as you've grown up?
Jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Yeah. I when I came here in Paragon where I trained jiu-jitsu, I had a class. I teach jiu-jitsu too, and it was one of my jobs. So I really enjoyed teach jiu-jitsu. It's my love for martial arts. I think jiu-jitsu is number one. Yeah, jiu-jitsu is my love.
And let's go back to the Pennington fight. You won
Yeah.
by split decision. I mean, what are your reflections? Are you somebody who tends to look back and really break down the performance, or do you kind of take your little lessons and move on? What's your mindset towards looking back at fights?
I really like the fight. Tisa was very tough. It was what I was expecting. Actually, it was very impressive how hard it was to take her down. She has a really good takedown defense, good hips, and for me, it was a pleasure to fight her. She's like one of the OGs in the division, veteran. Like she fought all the champs, everybody. So it's pretty cool to share the cage with her, and she's a great person. Yeah, I learned a lot with the fight. I'm still looking to show more of myself. I don't think I haven't shown to fans or for the company in the UFC like my flow, like all my game. I feel I'm still looking for that day that I'll be able like to feel more comfortable in the cage and show like all my game. I'm still looking for the day. Was not my favorite fight, but I got the win. I'm happy with. I learned a lot too. Watched many times and got some lessons and move on to the next one.
Yeah, and you mentioned the word favorite there. I mean, if you were to look back at UFC career so far, you've done a really tremendous job. What would be your favorite fight that you've had so far in which you think you have showed the best Tabatharicci?
I think in the fight with Jessica Penny, I think I was feeling more myself, more comfortable. Yeah, more leaving the flow going. Yeah, that fight was one of my favorite ones. Yeah.
And in that time, you've really fought some killers in the division. Manon Farrow, you mentioned, but also Jillian Robertson, Lupita Godinez, and you're just on the cusp of the top 10. Do you feel like, given that competition, that experience, it will set you up better for when you move into that top 10 in the future?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think I'm having a lot of cage time in fighting like the best in the world that give me well prepared to fight the top 10s and everyone above.
And speaking of, 24th of August, Angela Hill, number 9, another OG really of the division and of the promotion. What excites you about this fight? I mean, we know she's going to stand and bang. We know she's a warrior. But what excites you personally about this fight?
Yeah, I'm very excited about the fight. I'm fighting one more veteran girl that made history in the FC that had many fights. It's funny because I'm fighting a lot of people with more experience than me, and I'm trying to like do my best all the time, and I'm getting more experience as well. So for me, it's gonna be an honor to be sharing the cage with her too. It's someone that I've been watching for a long time before I was in the UFC, and I'm fighting her. Had a chance to train with her too a long time ago, and Angela is a great person. She's a well-rounded fighter, and I think she's getting more comfortable in her grappling as well. Watching her last fight, she's taking a lot of time in her jiu-jitsu wrestling. So I think it's going to be a very entertaining fight, and yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, you're tremendously humble. I really love your respect towards Angela there. What do you see stylistically in the matchup? Are you looking towards testing yourself in the stand-up with her? What are you kind of looking forward to stylistically when you guys come together?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do some strike with her. Yeah, I wanna feel her striking the way she do, and I'm gonna put my game on it. I do have a game plan. I'm not gonna tell much what it is,
No, of course.
but yeah, I will. The fight starting stand up, so like we are definitely gonna exchange some stuff, and then I'm gonna look to do what I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, we're really, really looking forward to that. That's going to be a hell of a fight. And like I said, you got so much respect for it. With hopefully everything going well, with a win in this fight that takes you into the top 10, do you see a pathway to the title for yourself? Like somebody afterwards you would like, or how do you see that balance in the top 10 of the division for yourself?
Well, looking forward after win the fight, I probably gonna go up a little bit in the rank because I fought Ticia and she was not in the rank because she took some time off, so I understand the same spot. But after the fight, I look forward to climb a little bit up. And I actually don't have any name to challenge no one. I just getting slowly my way up. I'm not in a rush in my career. Just gonna get what is the best for me and try to get my way when is the best time.
Yeah, for sure. Step by step. And the good thing about the division is you need a couple of good performances to get to that top bracket. Like we've just seen Vina Jandiroba, for example. When you look at that matchup, i.e. Jandiroba versus Zhang Weili, how do you think that goes? And what do you think about those two?
I think Jandiroba has been showing a lot of her striking too. I think Weili is a little bit better in the striking than her. Like she has more experience for sure. But in terms of grappling, I think Jandiroba is ahead on the jiu-jitsu. We see like Weili fighting Amanda Lemos, how she control Amanda Lemos in the ground. So she do getting better on the ground. She's improving a lot. But then seeing Jandiroba submitting Amanda and other girls, she showed a little bit more high level in her grappling. So I think it's going to be very interesting. I think if the fight stays up, maybe Weili, but if the fight goes to the ground, I'll think Jandiroba has more chance. Yeah.
Fascinating. Yeah, it's a really fascinating fight, that one, and fascinating as the division goes. Listen, I'd like to pass over to yourself for the final word. If you'd like to make any shout out to any sponsors, anyone in particular from your team, please go ahead.
First of all, thank you so much for having me here. And I want to shout out 805 Beer. Thanks so much for the support. Jackson, Sunway Studios, and all my gyms that have been helping me on this journey, all my friends and family. I'm excited for my next fight. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm going to shout out as well your merchandise as well. That linked on your Instagram. Everything's linked on your Instagram. Go and check it out. There's some really cool bits of merch you've got on there. So that would look very cool on a wall somewhere in the UK or with someone's t-shirts in the UK sometime. So listen, Tabatha Ricci, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. That is number 11 ranked strawweight in the UFC. Baby Shark Tabatha Ricci is fighting Angela Hill on August 24th. Sorry. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.